Hi guys, welcome back for another video. Today I want to show you what I've been working on with the medieval stuff. Before me here is the most part of my medieval English army for the 100-year war scenario. There I got some boxes that are I still have to open and paint. So we'll look into that, and I want to show you some of the rules that I made. For making my models come to life and play a game with them. So I've also got a French army, but I still have loads of work to do on those. I also got a lot more of the longbow archers, like these guys, which I have left to do because they actually made up the majority of the English army. So yeah, and I really like how I painted these. They became out beautiful. This is all 172. So here we got the horses to pull my guns into position. This one's pretty cool. It has like 10 barrels. Experimental gun. And another cannon. And these are from this set right here. Medieval field powder artillery from Svasta. Svasta makes some really cool kits. They really make nice additions to your armies. So I will go quickly over the painted figures for those who haven't seen them. Here we got the commander of my army, Edward the Black Prince, right here. Here we got some men-at-arms, which are actually the quick. They have 2 attacks. I gave them 2 attacks each, but I will explain you that in the rules when we'll look into that. Here we got a regiment of knights, dismounted knights, more dismounted knights. I really love the shields on these guys with the lion on it. And they're from different kits from different companies. More men-at-arms, more knights. Regiment of longbow archers, many more to come. And here we got Knights of the Realm with lancers. So I was first thinking of how I'm gonna base them. Am I gonna base them individually? And that would mean it's gonna be a ton of work if you're gonna play a game to move each figure individually. So I created some movement trays, as you can see. And well, I'm not too happy with them, but it was just a quick way of doing it. I made them of balsa wood and lollipop sticks. But I really think the bases are too big for this scale. You know, I have the feeling I'm watching at a base instead of actually seeing my guys on the ground. But anyways, you have to start somewhere, right? And I was also thinking, maybe should I base them with several figures on a single base because I'm going to create big battles. But then I wouldn't have the benefit of playing also rule sets where I can use my knights individually, you know, like a skirmish game or something. And I also got this medieval fortress, which is still left to paint. And what you can see here is in the box. From Mini Art, this is a very old kit and it was hard to get, hard to find. It cost €32.50. Give me a second here. It's called Assault of Medieval Fortress. And the reason I really bought this kit was because of to add this on the gaming table and to have these units, because these units look awesome. And that's also the reason why I didn't want to base them in large packs, because I want to be able to defend the castle, to put my soldiers up there and then have these guys attack him, you know, you get the feeling. And that's going to be harder to do with large bases, because I cannot put a large base on top of one of these towers or behind the ramparts on the wall. So yeah, if you can get these like that, you're a pretty good painter, because they have a ton of flash on there. As you can see, that's all flash. So, but I'm wondering how will these look if I prime them and painted them. Hopefully they will look a lot better, but I'm not sure if I can get them to be like this. So I'm also looking forward to play a scenario over the table where the French army is, or the English, doesn't matter, comes from one side of the table, and on the other side is that castle, and it has to be defended. You know, games like that make it fun, instead of only over a grassy field or something. So yeah, this I still have to paint, and I really wanted this kit. What really convinced me to buy it is because these pikemen, and I cannot find these pikemen anywhere else in a 1/72 scale kit, except for here. So I just thought, yeah, why the hell not? Yeah, we reviewed this one. This is the medieval field part artillery, and this is what I still have left to paint for the French. 2 boxes of French infantry of the 100-Year War, and it's composed of both crossbowmen, archers, spearmen, knights. So, well, I'm not sure if that's a knight. It says infantryman. Either way, they will provide the most part of my regular French army infantry, besides because the French have a lot of knights. And here's another box of knights for the French. Französische Ritter, this is German French knights, 54 parts. So, and this kit is also, it's not created anymore, so it was pretty hard to come by, pretty hard to find, but so I was lucky to get those. And yeah, and that will make up the main battlefield in the English army. So now I will show you some of my rules. I have this, I don't know the English word for it, but it's where I stored all my gaming rules. So here's my bold action quick sheets. And we got here, let me see, here are some rules I painted up for the Napoleonics. I printed them out and they were free, very simple rules. And for this game, I have named it Chivalry. And the idea is it's kind of placed like Warhammer. So here the army list. Yeah, it looks very confusing, but I'll, it's if you're familiar with Warhammer, you will recognize a lot of this. So, and what I wanted to do is just take something from Warhammer Fantasy and make it a bit simpler, because I don't want to overcomplicate my friends with long stories of -1 and this and that. So it's here we just see which unit what is. So we got the men-at-arms, the foot knights, the pikemen. Under M means move, so how many inches they can move. The IT stands for initiative, and each unit has a number of initiatives, and if they meet in battle, the one with the highest initiative may first roll the dice for attack. This is the weapon skill, and let's say my man-at-arms comes across a foot knight. and the weapon skill is 4 or higher, so I have to roll a 4 or higher to hit that guy. Then he gets an armor save, and if it's 4 or less, then he's saved. If it's higher, his armor is penetrated and he gets killed. Then we have the T for toughness, and so if he gets hit, I said killed, I mean if he gets hit, then I have to throw a 4 or higher to kill him. The R stands for ranks, how many ranks may attack. And then we got the morale, which you have to throw 2 dice. Let's say if one of my units lost 25% of its men, then it has to do a morale check, and it has to throw 2 dice. Under this number, he's okay. And here the number of attacks they have. So the men-at-arms are lighter and faster. Some of them, like here, this guy right here, has 2 weapons. So I gave them 2 attacks each because they have to penetrate the knights, which is fairly difficult to do, of course. And here is what if and they're in the charge, they get +1 weapon skill. So you can do 3 things in the move phase. It's just a simple move, a double move with running, or a charge. And a charge, you can move your distance, your move point, inches width, added 1d6. So that means you can move further in a charge, and all that energy goes forward, you know, attack, attack, attack. So, but it can also happen that your charge is not good enough, and you fall short, and you know, and you lose all initiative, and that then goes to the enemy. So I also created spearmen and pikemen with the highest initiatives, because they have to hit first, because it's pretty logical if, let's say, these guys come up against foot knights, it will be only logic if these knights with the long spears hit first. So I gave them the highest initiative. Here we got a small list of friends. I got tough fighters for the foot knights, which means they won't throw any morale checks if they lose 25%. The Knight Royale, or the Royal Knights of France, are arrogant. And we see time and again in history that the French knights were overconfident and just charged into the enemy without, losing a lot of battles in that way. So they have arrogance, and that means when they're in charge distance, they will charge. You know, you can't control them. They will just run after the enemy. So that's something that the French player has to take into consideration when he plays, that he keeps his knights on a fair distance unless he wants to attack. So here we see the initiative. We have Skiltrum with the highest initiative, then Lancers, then the Spear Cavalry, Spearmen, Knight, Man-at-Arms, Levy Troops, Archer, Militia, and Peasant. So I still have to work these out on the computer and print them out. This is all from inside my head. So I also had a unit of Templar Knights, but I sold them. And they had the Fanatic rule, so basically means no morale checks. And here is for the artillery. Artillery pieces have to throw, and archers as well don't have to throw the enemy's weapon skill but their own weapon skill to make a successful shot. Then he has to throw 3+ to hit, depending. There's some modifiers like long range is -1, if they're in cover -2. But yeah, if you throw under first weapon skill, 4, 5, 6 is a good shot. 3 is a misfire. 2 is misfire and no shot next turn. 1 is blown up, all killed. So that means your gun is blown up, and they're experimental. So here we also have archers with the stakes in front of them to deter enemy cavalry attacks. So I have when cavalry attacks my longbow archers and they have stakes, they will have to pass a 3 or higher to not get killed. So I know it's pretty much, you know, it's all very, how do you say, still in the base, you know. I'm still working this out and making it better and thinking of new stuff to make it simpler. I'm already thinking of leaving out the toughness because it's already hard enough to get a kill. But that pretty much sums up my 172 video for now. I love these guns, man. I absolutely love this kit from Svezda. 15 bucks for 3 guns, and the carriage is a good deal. And again, the reason I do this on 172 is, first off, I have to create several armies if I want to play a game, and it's just cheaper and easier to come by where I live. So and there's not enough light in here, I know, but my problem is I want to get some extra lights in here, but I'm gonna need a ladder because I live in an old church and the ceiling is like 6 meters high. So and if you don't believe me, right over there is a saint looking down at me. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this apartment though. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I will try to get some better light in there so you can see the figures better. And stay tuned and stay safe, guys. Bye bye.